Okay, so we have the first teaser trailer for the brand new Godzilla movie, which is called Godzilla Minus One, from the studio that started it all, TOHO themselves. This is their first Godzilla project after Shin Godzilla. However, make no mistake, Godzilla Minus One is not a sequel to Shin Godzilla. And interestingly, this movie shares an interesting connection with Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer, which I'm going to discuss in this video. Now, before I talk about all that, I quickly want to make a small request. If you want me to bring you more such updates and analysis of comic book movies, TV shows and games, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. It truly means a lot to me. Okay, now coming back to the topic, Godzilla Minus One is set shortly after the atomic bombings in Japan. According to the official synopsis, this movie is called Godzilla Minus One because after the atomic bombings, Japan was already at the lowest point, with the citizens suffering from death and destruction all over the country. And now, the country has to face another form of destruction all over again, because the king of the monsters, Godzilla, has risen. So, Japan was already at zero in a way so far as the condition of the country was concerned. But, now with the emergence of Godzilla, they are pushed back even further into the negative numbers, which basically starts at -1. So, if you think about it, this is a very cool title given the whole backstory of the movie and the history of Japan and Godzilla himself. Here is the official synopsis from TOHO themselves on your screen. It says exactly the same thing which I just described. Now, let us talk about the awesome short teaser trailer that we got earlier today. As you can see, the shots from the trailer is very similar to some of the scenes and locations from Legendary's Godzilla 2014. This is a period piece movie set in the late 1940s, which I think makes the whole atmosphere even more horrifying because at the time, human civilization were far behind technologically compared to the contemporary world. So, it will be interesting to see how they managed to stop Godzilla with the firepower and technology that was available at the time. And the most important thing is, Godzilla is back to being a villain in this movie. In Legendary's last few MonsterVerse movies, Godzilla has been playing a positive role, saving the world and humankind from destruction at the hands of new emerging titans. Although I personally like to see him more as a positive character, but I have to admit that he is at his absolute best when he is this destruction-causing monster. That is what got me to become a fan of the character in the first place. So far as the design is concerned, he looks similar to Heisei Godzilla, which you can see on the screen. I personally think this will be the darkest, most depressing, almost a horror Godzilla movie because of the whole backstory and most importantly the real-life history and tragedy. The best thing, however, is the timing of release of the movie. Firstly, because this movie comes at a time when the Godzilla franchise is at the highest level of popularity. A few decades ago, people did not know much about Godzilla and the whole concept of kaijus and titans, especially people outside of Japan and the United States. However, with the start of Legendary's MonsterVerse, the popularity of the character has skyrocketed to many parts of the world. And this movie, Godzilla Minus One, will largely benefit from this exponential growth in popularity of Godzilla. This movie is coming out on November of this year, which gives rise to another weird coincidence. The movie, as I mentioned, takes place a little while after the atomic bombings of Japan. Weirdly, there is a movie coming out this month in July about the atomic bombings itself. This movie is none other than Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. So, if you think about it, it makes sense, even in the cinematic world, that this Godzilla movie takes place just 4 months after the events in Christopher Nolan's movie. But, I think this is just a coincidence. So, that is all I have for this video. What do you think about this trailer and how excited are you for the movie? Please let me know in the comments. And please do not forget to like this video, share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.